Okay, so we should be good to go for our next level session today. We do these every week. Right now, it's Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 2 p.m. East. I'll remind everybody, as I always do, that you can see our full training calendar at the top right of KV Core. So, if you're just kind of hopping on here for the first time and some of what we're doing on these sessions might feel a little advanced or all over the place, definitely be sure to check out the Agent Quick Start, which happens at 1 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Thursday. It's definitely a good place to get started, but of course, you're welcome here too to take part in our next level chicanery. That's a big word, right? Chicanery, trickery. It's too long for a wordle, isn't it? But so here we go. The topic this week, I think it was suggested by Jeff last week, is YouTube strategies for real estate pros. And Jeff, I may have missed, I remember now that you sent me an email. If I missed any of the topics you requested on that, I'll take a look tonight. But the plan is to spend today, tomorrow, and Thursday kind of going through some YouTube stuff in general, some video marketing tips and tricks. And I have a rough outline here, but I think we'll probably just go in lots of directions with this. So I'm going to hop right on in. As always, you guys can chime in with your questions. We'll probably spend 20 minutes on the topic today, and then we'll get into some Q&A. And again, this will be sort of a rolling exploration of YouTube as it pertains to using YouTube for real estate this week. So let's just jump right in. And I have a couple of quick bullets, ways YouTube can help your real estate business. And feel free, if you're watching live, to give me some other ideas here that I might have missed. But for me, probably the biggest, most powerful thing about video and YouTube in general is that it helps you engage your contacts in a way that helps them know, like, trust. And I'm going to add and remember you, because I think video and YouTube in particular can be a really useful way to passively, or would it be passively, but in a leveraged way, stay in touch with your past contacts and your past clients too. So we want people to remember us and also to get to know us by seeing our face, hearing our voice, all this stuff, and getting a feel for how we work. So that's probably the biggest way, engaging your contacts. And then the second way YouTube can help is that people who are subscribed to you on YouTube will see your stuff in their feed every day. And this repetition is incredibly valuable, I think. And as a heavy YouTube user myself, I don't know how many of you guys do this. I spend a lot more time on YouTube than I do watching TV. And I kind of use YouTube as my main source of entertainment from day to day. So if I come in here to my YouTube account, and I'm sharing this because I want you to get a sense for what a lot of the younger generations and people, of older generations too, but my kids in particular and all their friends, they have their subscriptions. So I just clicked on my subscription link. And the way that we experience YouTube is that I go on my phone and I click the little subscriptions button, and it shows me everything in chronological order, all the videos that the people I subscribe to have added to YouTube. And there are a few of these people who I watch almost every video they put out. It's like I'll be walking the dog and I'll have one going. I use YouTube kind of like my podcast channel too. So walking the dog, or before bed, or if something's on TV, my wife's watching and I'm not that interested in, this is the go-to. And I think that more and more, this is how our customer bases are experiencing content consumption. And what the moral of the story is, you want to be one of these people popping up right here. So Raphael says the same thing. He has the same habit. So you want your kind of real estate related stuff for your local market to pop up here every day. And think about it. If somebody watches 5, 10, 15, 50 of your videos for whatever reason, over the course of time, what are the chances that they'll call you when they have a real estate related need? They go up and up and up. And you kind of become famous in the minds of those people, as some of the people I subscribe to here. If I met them on the street or if they gave me a phone call, I'd be pretty excited. They're like semi-minor celebrities to me, some of these guys. And that's the opportunity in front of you. You have a chance to become sort of a minor celebrity in the heads and minds of your customer base. Another way that YouTube can help, of course, is as a source of traffic. So you can get organic SEO, search engine optimized, or traffic as a result of SEO from YouTube. I think everybody knows that Google owns YouTube. The Google algorithm, even though it's not transparent, you can't say this for sure, but hey, we have a hunch that they favor YouTube videos and we'll show them in search results. So if you have a video about a specific neighborhood in your market, we're gonna talk, you know, you're doing a driving tour and you're like, Old Northeast driving tour, you know, and somebody's looking for information about that neighborhood, there's a good chance it'll surface on YouTube, especially if your channel gains some clout. So there's SEO, and then there's paid traffic, which I think we'll get to on Thursday. You know, you can take your YouTube videos and show them to everybody on YouTube in your market or specific demographically targeted audiences in your market via running a paid ad. And then the last thing I'll put, you know, channels can be transferable assets. So if you think that you might someday sell your real estate business, which happens, think about the channel that you start building now as something that will have tangible value because it is generating those organic views and funneling people, you know, toward the business. So those are sort of the main areas that I've come up with here for how it can help your real estate business. The other thing, you know, I have one more, time saver / leverage. You know, if there are questions and things that come up from your clients frequently that you're asked, things like stuff about the inspection contingency on the contract, or, you know, how do I get financing for a fixer-upper, like things like that. If you create videos about these things, you don't have to have the same conversation over and over again, right? You could just say, oh yeah, I've got a video about that. I explained it in detail over on the YouTube channel. And that's very much how we use YouTube here at Inside Real Estate, or you know, me personally, especially. I record stuff about specific functionality on kvCORE, or we do sessions like these, so that when people ask questions about those features later, it's easy. You know, we don't have to get on a one-on-one Zoom call and explain it. You can just send a link to the video. So definitely a time saver and leverage. Okay. There's also a time saver too. You know, if you're taking property tours, I think about it, right? If you take a video of a property, you might exclude a prospect from seeing that property who would have had no interest in it at all because they don't like the color of the kitchen countertop or something, right? So you could save yourself lots of time showing houses that you might not want, or having, you know, other buyer's agents, if you have a listing, excluding that, and save your sellers time as well, you know, having extra showings that you know won't pan out because the buyer got to see the video of it. All right. So I'm going to just kind of rip through some ideas just to kind of get you guys a little excited. Please share any other additional ideas for types of videos you might make. And I'll show a few examples and maybe talk about the thinking behind each of these. And then after we do this, we have a little bit of time. We might get into the nitty-gritty of video creation a little bit today, and that should be enough for today for part one. So the types of videos you might make, I definitely think a welcome or an intro video makes a lot of sense. So this is as simple as just getting on camera, saying, hey, thanks for checking out my real estate website, or hey, I just wanted to introduce myself, right? And this could be a YouTube link that you keep laying around that you can send to new leads. You can also natively in kvCORE use Core Video to do this particular video. So if you want to send videos using Core Video through kvCORE, this would be one of those videos that maybe you record there as well and use, but you can also put it on YouTube. Retargeting videos. We did a whole series in early March about retargeting. And one big retargeting video might do is the thank you for visiting my website video. So that goes something like this. Bob's asked, do you think I should be in the videos? Can I just be the person behind the camera? Yes. Very good question. Both. Yep. So that'll depend on your comfort level. But we are going to talk a little bit about how to do this stuff without being on camera. So I can hop on here and I can say, hey, Ryan Hartman here with Forever Florida Real Estate. Just want to say a quick thank you for visiting my website just now. I'll put my cell number down below if you need to get in touch at any time, but just know I'm here for you. Just shoot me a text or give a call anytime, right? So you can kind of record that quick thank you sort of retargeting video that you would show to people who visit your website. Or you could, if you're shy, camera shy, let's go on a little tangent here. Let's make an example of how you would do an intro video for a camera shy. Just kind of, I'm going to bring up a Google slide Okay, I'm going to put a picture of myself here. The quickest way to get one will be to just grab my Facebook profile photo. So this would be, we're going to make a quick video that is call, text anytime. Right? And then just a quick, oops. Wow, Facebook's loading so slow. So I'm just going to grab my profile pic here, copy image address, insert image by URL. Okay, slow. I was just trying to get a picture. You guys get the idea though. So what you would do is you would make a quick slide or put it even in a doc. You don't need to use Google Slides. You could use a Word doc. Put a quick picture of yourself on here, maybe your company logo, right? Next to that. And then grab your screen recording software. My favorite is Screencast-O-Matic. So bring this up. I choose the screen only option, like so. And then you can just be the person behind the camera, as Bob just said. Right, so you just hit record. Hey, Ryan Hartman here with Forever Florida Real Estate. Just want to say a quick thank you for visiting my website just now. I see my cell number on the screen here. Feel free to text or call anytime if you'd like, if you have any needs related to buying and selling real estate. Also, I will mention, if you do text the word deals to that number, I'll send you a reply back with the best 1 or 2 deals I know about in the market right now. Right, so you could do something like that. I could have got my name on here, of course, and my logo, but you guys get the idea. And then with screencasting software, Screencast-O-Matic in particular, and a lot of them will do this, I can zip this straight up to YouTube by connecting YouTube up. So I can upload the video straight from my screen recording software, and it'll be on YouTube in a few minutes. And then I can use that in retargeting, or I can send a video out, with an email as part of a smart campaign, lots of options. So that would be an example of being camera shy. And there are many, many videos you can make using that screen recording approach. So the next example would be a website tour. I think this is a really good one to do. I couldn't find an example. I've done this video a number of times over the years, but I couldn't find an example of where I had it hanging out. But basically, you would, again, spin up your screencasting software like this, and you just go to your KV Core website and point a few things out, right? So you hit the record. Hey, Ryan here with Forever Florida Real Estate. Just want to thank you for visiting my website recently. I want to show you a few interesting things that you can do on the site. Of course, we have our search, which will allow you to search all kinds of every active real estate listing in the market in Pinellas County and beyond, with lots of different options here. One that I'd like you to definitely check out is the open house option that you have. You can search all open houses, and you can also get pretty granular around features of properties. So definitely check out property search. You can also, if you own a house, you can click the sell button up the top right, and you can find your home's value instantly. So just go to the website, click the sell button, and you can do that there. If you are looking to finance, if you're not paying cash, and you're looking to get a mortgage, we have our trusted mortgage partners on our finance page. Just pop your email and phone in there, and they'll call you back very, very quickly. And finally, I will mention, if you thought at all about becoming a real estate agent, definitely check out the Join Our Team page, and reach out, use the call to action on that page and reach out for more information about joining our team. I'm getting thrown off here, guys, because this page didn't look like I thought it would be. It's supposed to be recruit.php like this. I think something got changed up. But anyway, I think you guys are getting the point, right? So you take them through a quick walkthrough of the website. If you have special links on your site, I have my deal links page. I might have mentioned this. I have this custom page that I've made that's sort of a key resource on the site. I want to point that out. And that would be a really good video to make, right? So you could use that either for retargeting. Again, you can email it out. And of course, it's going to live there on YouTube, doing other things for you, such as garnering SEO-friendly traffic if you do things right. So next example, property tours in person. I think, who does these? Do you guys do a tour of listings that are yours or not yours? I think this is one thing that is just a huge missed opportunity. And when I was very active selling, it's been a while now, but when I was very active selling, this was the last few years that I was a full-time agent. This was how I got most of my business. I would just take tours of bank-owned properties, in my case, and other listings, investment opportunities. I had this Propertunity Knox thing going on. And I would just walk through properties and I wouldn't even talk on the videos. It was the silliest thing. Let's see. Oh yeah, here's one with my son. So in this one, I'm laying down dead in the bathroom. Where am I? I think this is the one. Oh no, not in the bathroom. It's in this room. So then I chased my son out the house and I had a lot of fun with it, but it's basically a walkthrough of the property. And then there was no talking. I was just using YouTube's music in the background of these. And what I would do is I would post them to Craigslist. At that time, Craigslist was really hot. I would put a picture of the video in the Craigslist ad, drive traffic that way. But I maintained I think it was MailChimp or Aweber. I maintained a simple email list that had a couple hundred people on it. And every Saturday morning, I would just mail out my latest video. And people would be like, oh, I want to see that property, or they'd have questions about it. And I had more business than I can handle, as a solo guy. So doing walkthroughs of properties, what it does is it generates lots of curiosity about that listing. But at the same time, if your property tour videos have a theme or a niche, like new construction, foreclosures, golf homes, the things we always talk about, if they have a theme, then people get to see you doing that same video over and over. They know you're the guy for that niche, and they just kind of gravitate towards you. So you don't have to do, a really high production video. These were taken on those old pink flip cameras. You guys remember those? And the video quality is not great. I didn't do any editing. I just kind of like put the music in the background. I think I got more sophisticated at one point where I was putting annotations and things on them, but you don't have to overthink it. Yeah, and that's a good, I'll give you guys some other themes around this. I didn't always do this, but dead things in the house, surprise things that are in the house. You can either add them with graphics or have them be there, like, I don't know, like a statue of Spider-Man or just weird stuff in the video. Or the other thing that we used to do back then is run through the property really fast. So you can't really get a great look at it, but it's like, hey, Ryan here, I don't have a lot of time. Here's a really, really quick, really fast property tour. And you just run through in like 15 seconds. So you can have a lot of fun with property tours, basically, is what I'm saying. And you probably could make a YouTube channel that was like really fast St. Pete, Florida property tours and only do property videos where you run through really fast. And, the call to action is, hey, to see a slower version of this video or to get an in-person tour, reach out to me. So lots of opportunity to be creative and have a little more fun in your business this way. Or just do a straight up walkthrough, pretend that you're showing somebody the house. That's the other way you can go about this, be professional and just give a 2-minute tour of a property. The other way, of course, is you could do property tours not in person with screencasts. So if I just come here to one of our recent listings here at the company, just grab anyone here. Same flow you just saw me do. I just hit the record button. I should have drawn the box narrower and just said, hey, here we are. Just want to let you know about this new property, multifamily property in North Largo. 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It's got a number of units. I'll scroll through the pictures here. You guys get the point. You would basically read the remarks and talk about the property and scroll through the pictures in the video. The YouTube algorithm, to my knowledge, doesn't know that you're not in person at the property or that you're scrolling through on a screen. They're going to give you the SEO clout accordingly, and your audience they might engage more with the in-person video, but they might also appreciate seeing you editorialize about new listings and not care so much if you pull this off the right way. So don't think that you always need to go in person. It would be very easy for all of us to do a quick screencast video of any new listing that our company gets, right? Get that onto our YouTube channel. It takes just minutes to do, especially when you practice a little bit. You know, the first time you might stumble, but really it's just a matter of pulling this little screencasting tool up and just reading through and talking about the listing, just being natural about it. So that's property tours on screencasts and in person. The next one is on camera answering a question. So if you get a question from a buyer or a seller and you know that it comes up a lot or it doesn't, but if you get an interesting question, just pull your phone out and do something like, here. I'm gonna try to turn off this. How do I get rid of this? Okay, bring up my video. So you just pull your phone out, you know, hit the record, say, hey, I just had an interesting question about pre-settlement inspections from a buyer. Pre-settlement inspection is basically when you go to the house before closing, just to make sure that everything is cleaned out and that the condition of the property hasn't changed much, you know, since it went under contract. And this is definitely something you want to make sure that you do, and that your agent has stipulated in the contract. You'll see it's clause 15B or whatever it might be. So basically, anytime an interesting thing comes up, answer that question to your customer, but then make a note for yourself, or when you get back to your car after the showing, just record a quick 2-minute job on your phone and upload it straight to YouTube from your phone. That's the idea there. And there's lots of opportunities to do this in this business. Of course, there's all kinds of stuff that comes up all the time, right? In the course of our day. Okay, business tours. This is one that I think I know there's a number of agents around the country who do this regularly, and it's a really, really good idea. This was a train store video that I took in 2009, and it was just the local train store. I was there with my son, and I just kind of grabbed the video of it and posted it to YouTube. And this thing ended up ranking #1 for York, PA train store for years. You can see it got 7,000 views organic. But, you know, and I had my little kind of call to action for my business in there, and people searching for this business ended up finding my real estate video. But the other interesting thing about it is that the business owners, you kind of hack into their, what would you call it? Their circle, because you just did them a solid, right? You're like, hey, can I take a video and share it with my audience? So you're engaging with them about real estate, but you're not talking to them about real estate at all, but they know that you're doing it because you're a real estate agent, right? So it's kind of an interesting way to stay top of mind with the business owner, potentially get that business owner to refer you people because you are top of mind, right? Business owners are going to know a lot of people in your community. It's just an interesting practice. And this particular video, again, there's no voice. It's literally me walking around the business, and I put some music behind it, entitled it York, PA Train Store. Nothing to it. And it was shaky and low quality. There's the kid. He just turned 17 the other day. That's insane. He's like, what would he have been, 4 or 5 there? Okay. So screencasts of contract clauses. This is similar to answering a question. So if you want to bring up, you know, your agreement of sale, your standard contract, and do a video about each clause, but explain it in depth. So the mortgage contingency, the home inspection, you know, all the other clauses, but do a 1-minute video about each one and create a quick library so that when you send the contract to a buyer to sign, you could send the e-signature and say, hey, I've also included a link to my playlist on YouTube that explains each of these clauses in detail. I mean, how many of us, not every buyer does this, but some people are very analytical and they do want to sit there with you for an hour or two and go through every word of every clause. So think about this. This falls under the category of time saving again. And of course, by doing these videos, you're adding more content to your YouTube channel that could rank, and you're adding more clout to your channel by adding more content. Neighborhood video tours, basically just get in your car or walk around and drive around the neighborhood. And so this was a shaky video taken from the tour, but think about it. Somebody who's out of town who might be moving to your area who's never been there and they're trying to figure out where they want to live. If you build up a library of these neighborhood tours, it could be a really good resource for them, right? And you might get a new lead from KV Core, maybe off a Property Boost or some other source, Zillow or Realtor.com. And how cool would it be if you replied back as part of your drip campaign, your smart campaign, you said, hey, I also just want to mention I have a library of video tours so you can get a sense for the different neighborhoods in town, what they look like. So you send that email and you have links to 10 different neighborhood tours. Do you think that they'll go back and open that email over and over again and start to feel like you sent them really valuable? For sure. And then of course you have the ability. I did a kind of bad job here. I should have put the name of the actual neighborhood. I put the street address of a listing, but you put the name of the neighborhood in your title, and you have a good chance of ranking for people searching for stuff related to that neighborhood. How are we doing so far, guys? I feel like I'm doing a lot of talking and just kind of running through these, but I guess I don't see many questions yet. Another neighborhood tour here. This was Fishtown in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia. I bet this neighborhood looks a lot different now. Yeah, this probably wasn't the safest. I probably just had the phone in one hand and the other hand on driving on the steering wheel, which is interesting, right? You can almost do these without leaving your car. Like if you're just in a neighborhood, just spend another 2 minutes and drive around. There's not much to it. Okay, let's see. So next type of video, info and sales letters. So we have a few of these. I actually lifted these out of the templates section of the Next Level members area, but these are kind of videos where you create some Google slides. You guys have seen me do this before. So here's one about mortgage forbearance. And the way that I do this, I like to just tell a story, right? Put a couple of bullets on slides and simply read them. So you can do this for any topic, or you can do them as little ads. So, your options for ending mortgage forbearance. This was during COVID that we did this one. FHA 203K. Again, just a quick video explaining, how the FHA 203K works. I think I Googled, right, found an article and just kind of rewrote the article, summarized the article with slides and just read that. So that's an easy video to make. Again, you're not on camera. It's just your voice and you're just educating about a specific topic. And this could be a really good thing to put on your YouTube channel. And remember, anything you're putting on your YouTube channel can most likely also be emailed out as something cool and interesting to engage all the leads you're getting, which will help you convert them. So get it on your YouTube channel, and then you go into KV Core and you do a mass send, right? A scheduled mass email, and you send these out. Jeff's asking, does it take a while to get the verification email from Screencast-O-Matic? No, it shouldn't. If you created the account, check spam. I'm assuming that's because you guys created free accounts and they said to wait for the verification and you're not getting them. Huh? Check spam. I don't know. And I've only signed up one time for Screencast-O-Matic. Had my account for years, so I don't know what that process is like right now. You guys can also use Loom. I just really like Screencast-O-Matic because the editing features are pretty cool. And then I had done one about before the bubble pops. For those of you who have access to the members area, this might be a really good one to run right now. Right, this is, again, just some pictures on a slide with some text. And it just takes them to get the value of their house. So these are quite easy to do, guys. You saw me build the slide here. A little tip when doing these is use animated images. They're kind of cool, and they make the video more engaging. And all you need to do is, let's do GIF. So you can take any GIF, insert image, and you go by URL. And it'll do its animation as you're scrolling through your slides. Right. And it just kind of makes those videos more engaging. But you do the first slide. A little tip with that too, you can duplicate the slide by right-clicking on the left side. One of my favorite techniques is to keep the same GIF on multiple slides so the text around it changes. but as you read through, you see it kind of, the stuff moving stays static, and it makes for like an engaging video without a lot of production tricks going on. You know, I'm not really good at editing videos, but it becomes a serviceable video that holds attention, which is really what we're trying to do, is hold, you know, attention and divert it to where we want it to go. So little commercial type videos. Another one here is the Not Haunted House video. This was just a picture with a ghost, an animated GIF that I found. And it's a little commercial. It just says some text on it, get a list of not haunted houses. This was all made using Screencast-O-Matic. So I used Screencast-O-Matic to record the animated image that I found of the ghost, and then I put some text on top of it. And this is totally something you could upload to YouTube with the, you know, haunted house list as the title. Right? It just takes seconds to do. All right, so those are my video ideas. I'm sure I missed a few really good ones. Bottom line is, if you want to leverage YouTube, and you want to grow a channel so that you get the benefits mentioned above, you know, the SEO and transferability of the asset, you need to put a lot of content on the channel. You know, not just one video here and there. It should become part of your day, where I bet, guys, with all these ideas, you could do one of these a day in less than 20 minutes a day if you really think about it. And if you made a video a day for 100 days, you'd have a channel with 100 videos on it about local real estate stuff. And it would be hard for you not to start to get organic traffic. When I say organic traffic, organic is a good, nice way of saying free, free traffic, right? That Google sends you. So definitely, you know, think about not doing all these, but maybe think about one or two that appeal to you and do them on a consistent basis. All right. So I think that's pretty good. I think because we've talked a lot about Screencast-O-Matic, guys, if you don't mind, I will go ahead and just show some tricks for Screencast-O-Matic today, and then we'll get into some of the more nitty-gritty around uploading videos to YouTube and you know, optimizing for SEO and things like that tomorrow. So let's just hop into Screencast-O-Matic, and then we'll do some Q&A. So here we are in Screencast-O-Matic. Okay, let's take a really quick video. I won't talk this time. I'll just kind of let it run. So I'm going to hit record. And I kind of was doing that fast before, but we'll call this a Screencast-O-Matic tutorial. You see how you can grab the outer edges of the window, and you can make it the size that you want it. So like this. Draw a box. So if I'm doing the property tour example, I can kind of talk and just say, there's the living room. It's got an awesome front entrance, lots of nice curb appeal. All right, look at that white picket fence. Doesn't everybody want a white picket fence? Look how close to the water you are, just a few blocks walk. You know, so you talk about the listing, and then you hit the pause up here and you hit done. And then you're going to click edit video. And I'll just share a few kind of editing tips here. If you go up to the top right, this is the first thing you want to do. It's good to make this a 720 or a 1080. This is the optimal size for YouTube. So you see how I did that. And sometimes when you do that, it'll put a colored background on there. You can change that here. So I'll choose white because it goes better with the content, you know, it doesn't break it up. But you do want to get it into YouTube friendly size first, because if you start adding text, when you upload it to YouTube, it might move the text around, because the YouTube upload needs to kind of move things around. All right, so your narration is right here. This is your voice talking. You can add music. So I can click that if I want. You can kind of control how loud the music is in the background. So I don't know if you guys can hear it come out of my screen, but I have some music. You can toggle the cursor on and off. You see the red square. So you may want that there. You may not. You know, if you're walking through a contract clause or something, you might want it there. The webcam, if you chose the webcam option when you hit record, you can show and hide that if you want. You can add captions. You can either write them in, or you can do speech to text. here, and Screencast-O-Matic will actually write your captions for you. You see that on the right side? Kind of cool. And this is especially useful for Facebook, because you know how people are on Facebook and they're kind of scrolling through and they don't really hear every video. But if you're saying stuff, that there's a better chance that they'll watch it. So you see, I got the captions on there really quickly. Another kind of pro tip, maybe we'll get this tomorrow, would be to add a captions file when you upload the YouTube video. It's a little more advanced. There's a company called Rev Transcriptions, rev.com. I learned it. One of my good friends in college is like, works here. He's got a cool job there. The other week, that was cool to reconnect with him. But you can get a pretty affordable transcriptions, and adding transcriptions and caption files to your YouTube videos will actually help with the YouTube algorithm. So depending on what video it is, you might not do it for every video, but there might be some videos where you want to do that, and they'll give you a nice file that you can upload alongside your video on YouTube, and you can directly upload to your Screencast-O-Matic, so it kind of like puts it on the video itself. Okay, so that's the stuff on the right side. Put this back up. Now, if I hit edit, on the left here, you'll see there's a bunch of tools. So we have cut, all these ones here. So if I want to cut a section, I hit the tools and I hit cut, and then I can drag on the bottom this red bar. So I can cut out a section. I actually use this really heavily. So a lot of times when I'm doing like an explainer video, or I do a lot of videos to help sell our products and other things, and I'll read through, but I might stumble, or I'll go or ah, and I'll just let it go. I'll do it in one take, but then I'll come back and kind of use this cut feature. So you just put it where you need to cut. You can hit the play button for a sample, what it sounds like without it. And then when it's done, you hit OK. Copy, I've never used. I think that means that you can move a section around. I have never used hide. It looks like you can hide the webcam and the cursor. Insert is one that gets used a lot. You can insert and exist another video, so you can merge different video clips together. Use that here. Narrate, if you want to read over your video, you kind of select the section and kind of put your voice over it. But the tools that I end up using the most are these ones, the overlays. So you can add images, you can blur out specific sections. So if you're doing like a contract clause video and you want to blur out maybe the information about the client in that particular contract, you can do that here and set the opacity, things like that right here. Cancel. And then text is another huge one. Text overlay. Right, you can choose the background and the color. This is all stuff you guys will play with, but I figure by just showing it to you, it gives you an idea that it exists, and you can do it. And a lot of video editors will work much the same way. I just find the Screencast-O-Matic's kind of user experience here was really easy and user friendly. Highlight is a very cool one too. So you basically can draw this box and you can hit zoom, and then for this section of the video, you go like this to put the thing. It'll kind of like call something out. Right there. So that's about it. You guys can play with these other options. I like to speed up sometimes. So if you do a property tour, for example, or a video of you in person, and you want somebody to watch that video, but you're running an ad for it, one fun hack is to make a version of it that's like 5 times faster and make that your ad, and then tell people that to see the slowed down video at regular speed, they need to click over to your website to watch the regular video. That's one of my favorite ad hacks. So it would be like you'd upload it to Facebook, say new listing 123 Main Street. Here's a really quick tour, right? And you'd watch like this 15-second clip and you're running through it. Click to see the regular speed tour now. It's like a really cool kind of approach you can do. And to speed it up, you just kind of drag where you want to speed up and the speed, and you can do that really quick. And then the last thing I'll show, I think I mentioned this a minute ago, is that you have these options to upload to YouTube and upload to other places. You can save the raw video file, but YouTube's what we're talking about this week. So if I hit YouTube, you can have multiple YouTube accounts hooked up to this. If you want to add an account, add account, all you do is you go to the add account, and then you'll just kind of authorize your YouTube channel with Screencast-O-Matic. You just do that one time and it'll connect it up so that you can just one-click upload, and you could put the description, the tags, all this stuff in here, which we'll be talking more about tomorrow, the description and tags, things like that. So it's just a quick tour of Screencast-O-Matic. Again, a lot of your video editors will have a lot of the same features. I just happen to like this one. Mostly because I'm used to using it, but I have played with other video editors, and sometimes it's just like you want to pull your hair out. It's kind of complicated, but a lot, especially the ones that are really for professionals, like I guess what's called Sony Vega. Adobe has one, forget what it's called, but cool. So that's probably it for today. We're basically setting the stage. We're talking a little bit about YouTube. I think, we're talking about YouTube. We needed to get this done where we talk about the different types of videos that you're going to create and kind of get you guys excited and see the possibilities here. Remember that all of this is about engaging your contacts, building top of mind status, and causing them to want to engage with you. So showing off that you're a professional, that you know your stuff around your niche, all the things that you'd expect. All right, any questions, guys? Another option for videos, Letitia, Loom is another really popular one. Would probably be similar. Jeff, tomorrow we are going to get into that actually. So I have that was the next thing in the bullet points. Jeff's asking, how do you set up a separate business YouTube channel? Basically what you can do is you can create brand accounts. We'll show this tomorrow, but Jeff, if you're just really wondering today, I think what you do is you go to, I didn't practice before. I'll have to do that tomorrow, but there's a place you can go. It's not customized channel. There's a place you can go and you can basically add another channel to your playlist. So I'll be prepared tomorrow for how to do that. I end up Googling it every time, but under your main YouTube account, you can have multiple, under your main Gmail account, excuse me, you can have multiple YouTube channels. Loom and Dub is what Raphael uses. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just forgetting where that is. So we'll get into some of the more YouTube specific platform stuff tomorrow, guys. If there's no other questions, we can call it a day. I feel like I just talked for 40 minutes and you guys didn't get a word in edgewise, but that's okay. Let me see if anybody else. Yeah, do the walkthroughs for sure, Raphael. The hack, if anybody is watching and you're just getting started, vacant properties are your best friend. Like if you're a totally new agent, look for stuff that doesn't have a seller in them. Go take videos, of course, with the listing agent's permission. All you need to do is just say, hey, is it cool? Like I'm previewing the listing later. Is it cool if I take a video for my client? Like sometimes they'll say no, but most of the time they'll say yes. Some of them will be like, I want to see the video first. But definitely videos of properties, man. If you guys only did that, you did a YouTube channel with property tours in your area, it'll really serve you well. Okay, guys, we'll be back tomorrow at the same time with more YouTube stuff. And this is instantly available on the Inside Real Estate YouTube channel. And it'll be on the playlist at insiderealestate.com/replays in a few minutes. All right, have a good one.